The set of The Late Show with Stephen Colbert was electric the night Jennifer Lawrence appeared as the headline guest. She walked into cheers and applause, her usual charm on full display as she waved to the crowd and settled into her chair. At first, the conversation was lighthearted, filled with jokes about her clumsy moments on red carpets and playful banter about her latest film. Jennifer laughed easily, throwing in witty remarks that had the audience roaring. But beneath the humor, there was an intensity in her eyes that hinted at a different mood. Things shifted when Stephen, known for mixing comedy with sharp questions, asked Jennifer about her outspoken political views. While she had addressed the subject before in interviews, his phrasing caught her off guard. He suggested that her passionate comments sometimes overshadowed her work as an actress, making her a more polarizing figure than she may have intended. The audience murmured at the bluntness, and Jennifer's playful smile stiffened as she tried to pivot back to lighter territory. Instead of letting the moment pass, Stephen leaned in further, pressing her on whether celebrities should use their platforms to influence politics at all. Jennifer, visibly bristling, fired back that as an American citizen she had every right to speak her mind. She reminded Stephen and the audience that silence in the face of issues that matter is complicity. Her voice was steady but sharper than before, and the energy in the room grew heavier. Stephen tried to keep it balanced by acknowledging her right to speak, but he added that some fans feel exhausted by constant political messaging from Hollywood stars. The remark triggered Jennifer. Her eyes narrowed, and she asked why actors should be expected to shut up and act, when others in positions of influence, business leaders, athletes, even late-night hosts, are applauded for speaking out. The crowd clapped, but the tension between host and guest was undeniable. Jennifer's frustration became more visible as Stephen continued pressing. He asked if she worried about alienating audiences who just wanted entertainment. At that, Jennifer leaned forward, gesturing emphatically as she insisted that art and activism have always gone hand in hand. She listed historical figures from music, film, and literature who had used their voices for change. While the audience responded with cheers, Stephen's smirk suggested he wasn't convinced. Then came the moment that shifted everything. Stephen interrupted her mid-sentence with a sarcastic quip about how Hollywood elites love to lecture the common people. The audience gave a mixed reaction, some laughed, others groaned, but Jennifer was visibly livid. Her jaw tightened, and she shot him a piercing look. She reminded him that she had come from humble beginnings in Kentucky and worked her way up, and that she resented being dismissed as some out-of-touch Hollywood type. The audience gasped as the clash turned personal. Jennifer's voice grew sharper as she accused Stephen of undermining her authenticity for the sake of comedy. Stephen, staying in character, tried to defuse with a joke, but the damage was done. Jennifer wasn't laughing anymore. She shook her head, muttering under her breath before saying loudly that she wasn't going to sit there and be mocked for caring about issues that matter. Without warning, Jennifer unhooked her microphone and stood up. The audience erupted into shocked whispers as she declared that she didn't need to subject herself to this kind of treatment. Stephen tried to interject, holding out a hand and insisting he was only teasing, but she ignored him. The cameras caught every moment as Jennifer stormed off the stage, her heels clicking against the floor, leaving the host and his team scrambling. The show cut abruptly to commercial, and when it returned, Jennifer's seat was empty. Stephen, attempting damage control, brushed it off with a half-joking comment about how, sometimes passion gets the better of us. But his uneasy smile told the audience everything. They had just witnessed a meltdown that was not part of the script. Social media lit up instantly. Clips of Jennifer walking off circulated within minutes, trending worldwide. Hashtags like #Jennifer v Stephen and #LawrenceStormsOff exploded across platforms. Some users cheered her for standing her ground, while others criticized her for being overly sensitive to late-night banter. The debate consumed Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, with fans dissecting every word and expression. Major news outlets picked up the story the following morning, calling it one of the most explosive clashes in late-night television history. Analysts debated whether Stephen had gone too far or whether Jennifer had overreacted. Regardless of opinion, one thing was clear: the confrontation had created a cultural flashpoint, and neither side would walk away unscathed. For Jennifer, the walk-off added a layer of complexity to her public image. Some admired her refusal to back down, while others felt the incident confirmed critics who called her temperamental. For Stephen, the moment solidified his reputation for pushing boundaries, but also sparked criticism that his humor had crossed into disrespect. The fallout left both figures at the center of a media storm. As the dust settled, commentators speculated on whether Jennifer would return to late-night shows anytime soon. Some argued she had burned a bridge with Colbert, while others suggested the two might reconcile later, perhaps turning the drama into another viral media moment. Until then, the footage of her storming off remained on repeat, shared across platforms and replayed in endless commentary videos. In the end, the confrontation highlighted the volatile intersection of celebrity, politics, and entertainment. What started as a routine interview turned into a fiery battle of wills, reminding viewers that live television carries the risk of unscripted chaos. For Jennifer Lawrence, the night became a defining moment, proof that she would not sit quietly when challenged, even if it meant walking away on live TV.